Alright, so it's been just about 6 days since my Figuarts roundup, and New York Comic Con is now on, and the Dragon Ball booth is open for anyone who wants to go check it out for themselves in person. But for my purposes, the big thing I want to talk about is the fact that silly old me didn't realize they were going to show 100 figures again 6 days after I made a roundup, and so I felt this was big enough to warrant an actual news report instead of just waiting for the end of November. So that's why I'm here. I don't have time to turn these into slides or anything to use, so I'm just going to take these all straight off of the Tamashi Nation's Instagram page, which I'll link in the description. But yeah, so let's slow down. Yeah, to start off with, the Dragon Ball Super Hero trailer came out, which is the new movie that's coming out. I don't think it has an actual proper release date yet. Maybe 2022. That's what been hearing a lot. But I watched that trailer. I think I might make a video on that too. But somehow, I was thinking about it, and like I'd been thinking, maybe we'd be getting some tie-in figures like we got with Broly. I wasn't sure how they were gonna fit that into the release schedule, but I was like, yeah, maybe we'll get something at some point. And as you can probably already tell, um, I was on to something, I guess, because these three and these two were shown or are being shown at the event right now. This is the image of all five of them next to each other. Um, let's just go down. We got the manga color technically, but really it's the movie color Piccolo, movie color Vegeta Goku, and the two new characters, which I don't think have names yet. I might be wrong. Doesn't say anything here, does it? Oh, it's right here. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. I don't have a script or anything for this. I'm going off the cuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go into more detail with these and their actual like different promo shots that are down there below. But the first thing I'd like to bring up is that these are actually new sculpts. That Piccolo, from what I can see, looks to be way taller, which is great. And of course, that's a new sculpt for Vegeta. I'm pretty sure it's different from the Majin Vegeta sculpt, and new faces for all the figures. I'm pretty sure. Or, from how they're sculpted, it looks like new faces for Goku and I believe also Vegeta. Piccolo's is definitely a new head too, which is great. I'm gonna go into each of these more in depth. But while we're on this one, I guess I'll talk about Gamma 1 and 2. I wasn't expecting to see figures of these guys now or even for a long time. I mean, I wasn't even certain these guys would get figures. I don't know their roles in the movie. I don't know how important they're going to be, what part they're going to play, but they seem to have been pretty important in like the trailer, or not just the trailer, in like the promotions we've had for the film so far, so I guess we'll see. But one thing to note that I'll talk about if I do an analysis of the trailer is that they seem to have some association with a Red Ribbon, so we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, that's enough about them. They look interesting. It's an interesting sculpt and stuff. A little bit shiny in the heads. We'll see how that looks in the movie, see if that's accurate. But yeah, so let's just get right into the promotional shots. I'll start with Goku. So yeah, seeming to be the same sculpt as the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku, maybe. Actually, wait, I can check. Let me look at this once. That looks like the lower V, so I'm thinking this is the reused sculpt from the blue Goku. It really seems to be, but it's the different colorations. It's a different. Again, the colors seem to be based off of the movie, as we've seen so far. It's a little bit of a different shade of orange, a bit, I'd say, more muted than the Broly one. But yeah, the big difference I think we can see here is that face sculpt seems to have a bit more like sharper detailing on it. It seems to be a brand new face sculpt. Goku's kind of the one I have the least to say about. It really does seem to just be more of mostly a recolor of the blue Goku with the different face and everything. But yeah, so let's move on to something a little bit more different. Not that. I forgot I was right there. My bad. Vegeta. Now this is actually something that a lot of people are really excited for, and I'm excited for as well. It's yeah, it's a new Vegeta. It's the Boo style outfit, also like the training outfit he used in Broly. It's actually, let me like these real quick. thought I already liked them. I liked that one already. Didn't I already? Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be brand new sculpt. It's different from the actual Buu Saga Vegeta figure, from what I can tell. The legs might be the same, but I don't actually have that figure. I've never like looked too far into it, so maybe they're different, but the torso and everything seems to be different. Now, I'm pretty sure this head sculpt is the blue Vegeta head sculpt. Again, I could be wrong about that, but it really seems to be. It seems to be that similar styling, which I think is better as a base Vegeta than the or like previous base Vegeta heads we've gotten, like the one we got with the Scouter Vegeta. But I just really want to see that Android Saga, Cell Saga Vegeta come out. That seems to be the best base Vegeta head sculpt we've seen ever come out of the line. But this is definitely still good, and this body will definitely work. That sounds weird to say. It's a great looking figure when it comes to that sculpt. You know, I think I'm looking forward to this one a little bit more than Goku, but of course I'll still get the Goku. Yeah. Goku will probably be $35. It'll probably be just like the other Goku figures, unless they add some accessory or something from the movie. Anyway, now I think the most interesting thing we've seen is Piccolo. Most interesting both in the figure and in the movie so far, other than maybe Pan. But this seems to be, out of all of them, maybe the most new sculpt. Actually, maybe that'd be Vegeta, but like, I don't know, I don't really know, update available. I don't really know how different this is from my Piccolo. Maybe I should pull that out. Anyway, as I said before, this Piccolo seems to be way taller, which is great news. It's of course got the manga coloring, which is just like how it is in the movie. In the movie, they seem to be going for more manga colorations with certain characters, like as we saw with Krillin, he has the white eyes in the movie as he did in the manga. And yeah, Piccolo has the yellow pads, I don't know what I should call them. But yeah, and the red belt, which is something that we've not only seen in the manga, but we've also seen in previous movies. But yeah, this is definitely a new sculpt with everything. Those are different shoes, got them Yeezys on. We got I stole that from one of the comments down here, I'm sorry. And the smirking face I really like. The 2.0 Piccolo is a great figure, but it's got a few problems. Some of the face sculpts look a bit off, like the eyes are too close together in certain things. It's a little bit screwy. I really like this head sculpt, and I'm really hoping that the green on this figure, of course it's kind of hard to tell with promotional shots and lighting and everything, I'm really hoping that the green on this figure is similar or the same as the green on the other figure, the 2.0 Piccolo, because if I could get both and interchange the heads, that would be so perfect for me. I'm wondering if this is going to come with, well, there's two things I'm wondering mostly. I'm wondering if this will come with the cape, as we already know he has in the movie because of the trailer, as usual, the cape and turban, and any of those things. I'm also wondering if it'll come with like the interchangeable arms for crossed arms or one arm cut off or whatever, similar to the other Piccolo. I'm really hoping we can have crossed arms, because specifically because that means we can remove these arms, and if we can remove these arms, we can also kind of remove the shoulders, or like the shoulder cap things there, unless it's all connected, which we'll have to wait and see until when like either show more of the figure or when it comes out. But if we could remove the caps and the arms and the actual arms themselves, that means that you could actually put the arms of the other Piccolo on, hopefully, and actually just basically turn this into an anime color Piccolo, because the manga colors are cool, and like I'm honestly really happy they're doing that for the movie. It makes it feel a lot more unique in that way. But I do prefer the overall look of the anime colors. So, and since this seems to be a much taller, more accurate figure height-wise, being able to turn this into an anime, like the anime colors, I feel like would really fit and really make it feel more like an accurate depiction of Piccolo from the anime. The other thing is, if you can find a way to separate the torso, if the torso isn't too hard to separate, you could replace the belt. I would probably keep the belt as red. I like the red belt, and he was also shown like that in like the Broly movie, the original, and like probably a few other movies, I'm not sure. But yeah, the only difference then would be the shoes. I hope the arms would at least be like a similar length, because I don't want him to look disproportionate. Anyway, that's basically all of that. I think his antennas are a little bit thicker here too. But yeah, I don't think that's all. What was it? Yes. The other thing that I saw before this, when I was at school, I'll be honest, I was at school and I opened Instagram because I was curious, I had free time. And I was like, I wanted to check Tamashii. I was preparing to see news for the movie. I was not prepared to see figure news. And the first thing I saw was this, which, let me like this. We're finally getting a first form cell, kind of falling in line with the first form Frieza we got recently, or last year, right? We're now getting a first form cell, which to a lot of people is the best form of cell, or at least kind of the most unique. It was honestly, it was a little bit of a unique time where Dragon Ball started to go, well, unique. It was a short little bit where Dragon Ball started to go into some horror elements before Cell eventually moved on to his next forms, but Imperfect Cell was a very cool, like, reveal in the show and in manga, and this is a cool reveal for figures. I mean, people have been wanting a first form Cell for years and years now, and yeah, it was shown off here. So, this other image. He seems, let's see, there's the original Perfect Cell, or that's the premium color of the original Perfect Cell, which is another thing that we really need a 2.0 of, that Perfect Cell. I wish they hadn't made so many different color variations of the one cell because it's a very outdated sculpt and mold and everything. But, you know, it's still a perfectly, like, adequate figure. It's got good articulation, but, you know, looks-wise, honestly, you might just be better off getting the Dragon Stars at this point. It's way cheaper as well. But anyway, there's the first form cell, and here's something interesting. They're talking about a, here, read it. It says reveal in a month, I believe. I saw it earlier. I can't really read it right now. But, so I guess that's another thing we're seeing. The Cell shell is still here listed as something else other than the Cell first form. So that's, again, interesting. That one's still under TBD. Cell isn't, which means that this Cell is probably already slated to become an actual release at some point. But yeah, so the first form Cell looks really cool. That's all there really is to say about that. It's going to be a really cool figure. We'll see how that ends up when it releases. Yeah. So like we saw with the original, like one of the other Perfect Cells, the manga colors. The Imperfect Cell actually comes with a blue coloration, which, unlike the Perfect Cell, which was specifically manga colors, is actually the colors he has in the anime. Yeah, Imperfect Cell had the blue there, then when he went to Perfect Cell in the show, they changed it. It's kind of like what happened with Tien, except backwards. Where Tien had purple pants to start in the anime, then went to green. I just wanted the excuse to bring him up. But yeah, sorry, it was just a little detail I couldn't remember exactly. But yeah, the only thing really with Cell at this point is semi-perfect Cell would be pretty cool, but especially to get a 2.0 Cell, that's something we've been desperately needing for a long time. I'd say way more than we needed any new Frieza releases. But, you know, it's an easier to get Frieza, so whatever, I don't want to get into that. Let's see, should I talk about it here? Okay. We got shown Kefla again. There's a little, a wish. They're having a little event thing going on on Instagram where you post a picture of any the figures you have, make like a wish or whatever for what figure you want to, what character you want to become a figure, that kind of thing. But yeah. So okay, the Zarbon was shown, all that stuff. This is the thing I was just talking about, where yeah, you get to post something and basically make a wish for whatever character you want to become a figure. They also showed this at the event, which, based off of just these pictures, I haven't seen anyone stand by it, but based off the pictures and like the ropes and everything, that is massive. Oh my goodness. That's enormous. Like, oh, I don't want to know what the logistics of what went into making that for this event. I hope we see it somewhere else at some point, because that's incredible. Like, outside of Figuarts, it's a Dragon Ball fan, which have been much longer than I've been a figure fan. That's just really cool. Anyway, I guess I'll talk about it here. They're bringing back the Naruto line, which I think out of all these announcements, the other figures are cool and great. I think this is by far the most exciting, because this was a line that Tamashii kind of dropped the ball on initially, or originally, where they, the first couple of figures, the Naruto and Sasuke, were not very good, and then the quality definitely stepped up with all the other figures, the Rock Lee, the Kakashi. They were all much better figures, but people were kind of disappointed with those first two, and it kind of got off on the bad foot, you know? And so the line, or at least what most people assume, is the line never did very well because of, you know, getting off on that bad foot. But yeah, starting off on that, and the only thing that the Naruto line has done in a while, because the last figure I think was probably 2016, 2017, might be wrong on that, was the Boruto figure they released, which they show all them up there a little bit. Actually, let me go to that to be more in line with this. These were all the original figures in the line. They don't have the... Actually, wait, is that the... Oh, that's weird. I thought that they only had, like, the better Naruto and better Sasuke, but no, they don't have those two. They have the worst Naruto and worst Sasuke. So that's an interesting choice. But yeah, this was the original line. It was... Some of the figures were really good. The Rock Lee, the Kakashi, again, you know. I'm pretty sure Madara and Gaara and everything, Itachi, were all good. But yeah, that first Naruto and Sasuke really, like, kind of screwed the line over. But since the last figure they released was Boruto, then they made the Best Selections Naruto release last year now, I think. Which was just a re-release of the better Naruto with a few less accessories and stuff like that, and cheaper. But now, again, this is a completely new Naruto figure. It's a completely new sculpt, I assume new accessories, whatever, and this looks amazing. Like, the redone Naruto they made originally, like the Sage Mode Naruto with like the normal face and everything, was really good, but this is just near perfect. This is exactly what I think we always wanted with a Naruto figure art release. It's just, I don't know what else to say about it. This is exactly what people have been waiting for years and years. Look at that, 12,000 likes. People have been dying and asking for this. If you've ever been on the Tamashii Nation's Instagram page, you'll know. If you've ever looked at the comments, every comment section has people begging for the Naruto line to come back, and it got really grating over eventually. But we're getting it, and that's amazing, and I'm really glad they didn't lose the license, really glad they're able to make these figures again, because I've been wanting them to come back. I've been wanting to see if they could make, like, I was talking to a friend of mine at school today. If this means we could get, like, finally get a Might Guy figure or anything like that, even, like, I shouldn't spoil anything, that would be just amazing. And if they, hopefully, I hope they can update all these other figures. I'd love to see a new Rock Lee or a new Kakashi. I keep bringing up those two, but those two are honestly the ones that, like, I care about the most. They're two of my favorite characters. If we could get a redone of those, even if they were originally good figures, with the level of quality this Naruto seems to be at, that would be amazing. I hope that even though we did get like the original line of all these figures, that doesn't stop them from trying to recreate these figures, I guess sooner rather than later. They'll probably try to focus on newer characters now, maybe finally release that Sakura, definitely a new Sasuke. But I would like to see some of the other ones, like taller Minato, you know, redone figures of, like, again, Rock Lee, Kakashi, the Madara and everything. But yeah, I think that was a really big one, was just getting new Naruto figures. I guess I'll keep out on the lookout for those. I'll be making, if we start getting, like, a bunch of Naruto figures, I'll definitely make, like, news on that. I'll definitely probably make videos. I'll probably try and separate Naruto and Dragon Ball videos when it comes to that kind of thing, because I don't want them... I want people to, like, find the news that they're looking for more easily, you know, and also spread out my views. But yeah, no release dates on anything. Look forward for more information about the line. Yeah, so they'll reveal more information about the Naruto, see when that comes out. All these other figures, no idea when they release. We know that these ones will be releasing since these are promo shots and stuff. But we'll just have to see when all this comes out. I guess check my channel whenever that happens. I'll try and make an update about it. And of course, at the end of November, I'll do my news roundup, which will probably include a rehash of all this news. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good minute, day, hour, seconds, week, year, life. I hope you're doing great. I'll catch you later. Peace. Actually, I want to wait these last 10 seconds so I can get to 20 minutes. I think that makes it a good rounded number. Actually, wait, didn't I?